DFC, Martin not only took part in that famous Black Buck raid in 1982, but also dropped 3 successful bombs on the runway at Port Stanley, which began to change the pattern of the Falklands conflict. It was for many years the longest range bombing operation ever carried out. To our left, a unique sight. The only one. For Olympus engines, the Vulcan B2 on your left. Aeroplane first flew, not this particular one, but the first Vulcan first flew in 1952, so it's its Diamond Jubilee as well. The design started with Roy Chadwick, who designed the Lancaster. Sadly, Mr. Chadwick wasn't alive to see it fly for the first time, but this is the aeroplane that was rolled at Farnborough. This is the aeroplane that achieved many firsts. This particular one first flew in 1960. Flown by a good friend of ours. Tony Blackman was the first test pilot of this particular one, 558. It was the first of the B-2 bombers. If it hadn't been for the efforts of the team led by Dr. Robert Fleming, we wouldn't be watching it today. Dr. Fleming and I flew the Concorde simulator again a few weeks ago, just both of us together. It was partly as a result of that meeting that we were able to get Vulcan here today and tomorrow. Be here tomorrow to see the Vulcan. It'll be very special. Demonstrating its big runway there. Very difficult to keep this aircraft in the air. It may well be that regulations and good common sense cause it to be retired within the next year. It's not a question of money now. This aeroplane belongs to the British people. The British people have put a lot of money into keeping this thing flying, and you thoroughly deserve to be able to see it today. I think all of us have contributed something towards it. And the aircraft may eventually go on permanent display at Robin Hood Airport, that's Spinningley, up near Doncaster, where it currently lives. So feast your eyes on it, because we may not see it for too much longer. know, the Olympus engines there. The same sort of engine, powered Concorde, of course. Slightly different version. Made the same sort of noise. Beautiful noise. Passengers used to burst into tears in the back of the Concorde when they heard the noise of the engine. Speed brakes, spoilers out there. You also see the condensation on the top of the wing, indicating the amount of humidity in the air today. This particular aircraft was the RAF's display Vulcan in the very early 1990s. It did actually fly in formation with a Concorde at one display at North Wheel. Well, we're not finished yet. He's not going to touch down, but he's going to do a low for us to go around. We're really getting our money's worth today. I can remember a few years ago when he was south of here, and had a bit of a radio conference, couldn't get in touch with us, and we were eventually, one of my colleagues got hold of us by mobile phone. Didn't have those things in the 1960s. This aeroplane originally, of course, a nuclear deterrent, in which case it was painted white, so as to reflect any nuclear flash. Later it became a low-level bomber, hence the camouflage. Also flew as a tanker. Remarkable multi-role aeroplane. One of the 3 B bombers. Their way through the so-called strategic gap over which we're asked not to fly over the houses near here, so he's flying through the little gap. Mind you, with that sort of noise, they're going to hear him anyway, wherever they
No, I think you listen that well. Have you got that rubbish bag in there? That bag that you put the sandwiches in, I'll put the rubbish in there. What is in there?
We saw the P-51 earlier, Ferocious Frankie. This is another one.
Hold up, boy.
Packard Merlin engine.